Hey YouTubers, Raven here. I'm sorry that this is getting up late. This is a review for The Flash Season 2, Episode 8. I didn't have time last night, and I didn't have time this morning, so I'm getting it done tonight. And I'll get the Arrow one done tonight as well, I believe. So, here we go. Since it is a two-parter, it's, I guess it's gonna go up as a two-parter. That was stupid, but who cares? You guys don't, do you? Yeah. I took a nap, so my hair's a little messy, I think. But whatever. The episode was the Flash Arrow crossover event, where, we got to see the, characters, come together. We got to see the entire group come together, and Thea's reaction was funny. I loved Thea. And her reaction was like, the Flash. Did I know we knew the Flash? We know the Flash. Did I know that we knew the Flash? I knew. Did I know that we knew the Flash? Yeah, it was just, I loved that line from her, that she was so excited that they knew the Flash. And so it was a pretty interesting episode. Cisco's reveal was, okay, not the reveal that he was Vibe, the reveal about Barry. I think he's not used to being around other people when he's talking to Barry, or being saved by Barry, the other people that don't know who he is. So he's used to being able to say Barry, 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 Barry when Barry's in the Flash outfit. But, like, that wasn't the case, and he said Barry, and therefore Kendra found out who the Flash was. And she went and hung out with the team, but the guy that was after her kept finding her. Later on, we find out that this guy's name is Vandal Savage, and that he seems to be a very skilled assassin, and he can sense where Kendra is. There's something in her that he can sense and is pulled to, just like Kendra was pulled to Central City. Central, right? Yeah, Central City. I get the names of the cities mixed up so often. I'm thinking, is it Coast City? No, it's not Star City or Starling. It's Central. So I have to go through that every time. Sorry I'm yawning so much tonight. Well, we meet Vandal Savage for the first time, which was pretty interesting, how he killed all those people like really fast, and I was like, oh my gosh. But of course, I mean, since he is immortal, as we find out, it kind of makes sense. He's had a lot of time to hone his skills. Like, he knows how to do crap. And so, yeah. It's pretty cool. They did kind of get a guy that, I mean, I think they kind of got as close to the animated version of Vandal Savage as is probably humanly possible, which is pretty cool. If you guys watched Justice League, it might have been Justice League Unlimited, but I know it was one of the Justice League runs where we got to meet Vandal Savage, and the group time traveled into the past to fight him, and then they also fought him in the present, and Superman even fought him in the future. and teamed up with him in the future because he turned good, because he was the only human being left on Earth, because he destroyed it and he got what he wanted, but then he discovered it wasn't really what he wanted. So guess when you're immortal, you have all the time in the world to discover what's going on. Actually, I don't think he destroyed the world, it just came to an end. The human race did. But yeah, that's all in the that's in the show. So if you guys want to watch it, you can probably find it here on YouTube. You can also find it on Netflix. I know that one for a fact. There's so we get to see him, and I'm really excited about him being on Legends of Tomorrow. I think that's what it's called, and I'm really happy that starts soon. Believe it starts in January, on like the 28th or something. I don't remember, but it was like 20 something was the premiere date for it. And I don't think it was this month. So yeah, I can't wait for it. I can't wait to start watching it, and yeah. I don't know if you're gonna do a review for it. I don't think we will be. We're not doing one for Supergirl. So yeah. Unless like I don't know, because we're so busy and stuff that I don't think we're gonna be able to do a review for that one. So yeah. But like I'll probably mention it sometimes in these reviews, like just because. So yeah, we got to see we got to hear the name Shayera, and I wasn't thinking that we were going to get Carter Hall until last week during the previews, and like even when I saw him in the other previews, I was like, well, I wonder who that is. She's talking to him like that, like they're talking to each other like they're in the same boat, but I never thought it was Hawkman, but it is. So that was very interesting. I didn't imagine that they would bring in Hawkman, since they're having Kendra kind of have like this epic, I think is kind of epic, like, I don't know, but they have Kendra have this relationship with Cisco. I do like them together, Kendra and Cisco. They make a cute couple. I mean, really. And I don't have to worry about Cisco getting stabbed in the back by his evil friend. Like, Golden Glider and him, I really want them to end up with each other, but I mean, she's not a good person, so I don't really see that happening in the future, but I would hope so. Like, they're the ones that I really want together. She's the one that I really want with Cisco, but because she's evil, I don't see that happening unless she like reforms. So like having Cisco be with Kendra was pretty cool, and I like them. They were cute together. But now that Carter Hall's in the picture, like, I don't know what's gonna happen, because like they are like the everlasting lovers. Like, every time they die, they get reborn, and they find each other again, and like their love is always and forever. Like, they are the epic true love. Like, I don't know, like, really, this just I love the story behind it, that they fell in love. They were rulers in Egypt, and they fell in love, and Shaira was a priestess, and like all this, and, like, I don't think Shaira was a priestess in she wasn't the priestess in the Justice League series. I think she was a pharaoh. She was the pharaohess, the wife of the pharaoh, and the priest was Carter Hall, I believe, or the pharaoh was Carter Hall. Not Carter Hall himself, but Hawkman. I'm blanking on the name. I don't know why I'm blanking on his real name. Sorry, guys. I'm not a big fan of Hawkman. My favorite character in the DC is Hawkgirl. And, like, I don't really completely know why. It's just she is. So, like, I'm excited about her. And I know about her. Hawkman is kind of like, I kind of know, I kind of don't. I kind of care, I kind of don't. I care about aspects that completely impact Shaira's life, but yeah. So yeah, I kind of think that Vandal Savage knew them in their first life. I think that might have been his first life as well. Like, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking, that maybe he was in their court, or he was in the court of the pharaoh or whatever, when Shaira was priestess, and he probably had loved Shaira, and is probably one of those triangles that turned out bad, the love triangles that went bad because the guy never got the affection, so he became resentful and turned on the couple. That's generally how it works in the multiple shows that I've seen. The Hawk man and Hawk woman, a Hawk girl. Why did I say Hawk woman? There is no Hawk woman. There's Hawk girl. That I've seen Hawkman and Hawk girl on is that they were betrayed in their first life, and that's when it all started. They kept being reincarnated and finding each other and losing each other. That they were betrayed by someone they trusted, that almost always had a thing for Shaira. So that's kind of the thing. So I'm kind of guessing that that is probably Vandal Savage's angle with them, is that he probably had a thing for Shaira back in the day, and obviously things didn't work out. The new twist on this whole thing is that when he heals them, he gets more power. So that's pretty epic. Like, that's a really cool, like, little nugget in there. And then the fact that Carter Hall thinks that even though he's 0 for 207, I think was how many times that they've been killed, like, he thinks that he's the only one that can protect her, even though they've died that many times, and, like, they've, like, never killed him. So, like, yeah. I love Sisko's reaction, or was it Barry's reaction? I think it was Barry's reaction to whenever Malcolm came in to the Arrow Cave, to the lair, and was like, he just appeared out of nowhere with a bunch of henchmen every time, and like, he's like, is that the only way he enters a room? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, seriously, is it? Like, this season, that's the only way he tends to enter the room, is in some dark corner. He walks out and he's like, oh my gosh, he was there the whole time. But yeah. Let's see. I love that Cisco like yelled at Felicity about how the system was all put together down there. He's like, this needs to be copper plated, or like whatever, copper lining. And he's like, or you'll have shortages and blackouts and like stuff like that. And Felicity's like, that hasn't happened yet. Okay, it did once. Okay, last week. And I was like, girl, he told you to do something. If you want it to work right, you have to do what he told you to do. So, like, fix that. So, yeah. I do love the fact that Shayera got her wings last night. On the episode, on episode 8, Shayera got her wings. The whole getting her wings the way she did, like the reasoning that Carter put behind it, I was like, okay. And like I understood that she needed the distance of the fall to like have her wings come out, but also like why couldn't her wings just come out when she needed them, like when she was running from Vandal, and she could just run and then her wings come out, save her life, like she gets to fly off into the distance and save herself. Like that could happen. So they could have done that, but doing that wouldn't have showed that she wasn't exactly ready to let go and become Shayera. Now that she is Shayera, like she has the memories, some of them, and she's remembering who she is now that she's got her wings. Because she did see a few flashes of her life as Shayera when she saw Carter Hall. So, yeah. And I love how Cisco gave her the name Hot Girl. Like, and they both lit up at that. Like, she loved the name, it looked like, and he's just in awe of the fact that he's dating the angel from his visions. Like, yeah. And that he had the courage to tell her what he was, that he was a metahuman, which I think was very brave of him because of how she kind of acted in the beginning towards the fact that this was a city full of metahumans, or not that city that they were in, because they were in Star City, so that she was living in a city full of metahumans. That she went there for like some sort of normalcy. So yeah, there was a lot of things in this episode that were really cool. Like when Vandal got the Staff of Horus. So I do wonder if they're gonna bring on some of the gods. Because the gods do kind of play a role in the mythos of the DC. Like in Justice League. I keep bringing out Justice League because this is really the only full-on series of the DC that I watched besides Batman the Animated Series, the 90s version, like that and Static Shock. But like there's not many that were all that good. I'm not a fan of that 3D version of the Batman or whatever. I didn't like that. And so it's really the only like jumping off that's probably the jumping off point I had was Batman the Animated Series, the 90s, and Justice League were probably the jumping off points I had of the DC world. That was my introduction to it, where those shows along with Static Shock. And so that's why I keep pointing back to Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, because that's the majority of what I know and what I can link to, because I don't read the comics. I am trying to, I just don't have enough time. Probably read some over the summer. I try to read one or two over the summer. I know they're short, they're comics, but like when you're busy, short isn't short enough. But when you're reading them, short is too short. So yeah. But you have the Greek Roman gods come in the Justice League show, where Ares, not Ares, Hades. I think Ares became Hades or something like that. I forget. It's been like years since I've watched it. But like Wonder Woman's father is part of the pantheon of Greek Roman gods. And like you have all of that, and now we're bringing in, just like in Smallville, they brought in the Egyptian mythos into the backstory. In Justice League, they did do that when they revealed that Shayera was a reincarnation of the original Shayera that was on Earth. That was in fact an alien, a Thanagarian alien on Earth that was married to whatever Carter Hall's real name is. His Thanagarian name. His angel name. That they were Pharaoh and Pharaoh's wife. And in the Smallville era, I believe Carter Hall mentioned that their love was that they were in fact the Isis and Osiris of the Egyptian world, of the Egyptian gods, that they were in fact the pharaohs and were named Osiris and Isis, or something like that. Like that's the story that he told Lois. Carter Hall had told Lois. So I don't know if that's exactly where they're going with it, but it kind of seems that they're not exactly going that way, because in this version, Shayera was a priestess. But yeah. Now that Vandal has the Staff of Horus, I kind of hope they bring Horus on the show. On Legends, at least. If they were going to bring Horus on the show, they'd have to bring him on Arrow, because right now Arrow is looking into that stuff. Like, they're dealing with the Egyptian mythical stuff right now on the island. So if they were going to bring anything like that on, they'd have to do it in that way. But so I think they're probably going to just stick with that in the Legends show. So I do hope that we get to like see like Horus and the other gods come on. I believe that would be pretty cool to see the Egyptian gods playing such a big role in this. If it's just like a throwaway name, then it's cool, but like to actually have the gods play a role in everything would be pretty awesome. So yeah, that's my review of the this week's Flash episode. yeah, if there's anything you guys want to talk to at length about, write it down in the comments or a tweet, and I'll see it, and Starfire will see it, and we will respond. Because, I mean, yeah, we like talking to you guys. I don't know when she'll return, when Starfire will be back. I'm not sure of when that will be, but pretty sure she's working on it. Because next week is finals, and so we're almost done. Yeah. So she's probably going to try to come back soon. So, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys in a few for the Arrow review. Oh, I rhymed, yo! Oh! Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, anyways, I suppose until next time, keep believing in the impossible.